Right? Hello, it's currently March 1st, and you guys know the drill. We're starting a new challenge, and in this month, guess what we're doing? We're doing physical exercise. You might be wondering, what type of physical exercise? Running? Walking? Jogging? Push-ups? No, we're doing some pull-ups. That's right, pull-ups. It's the exercise where you grab a pole, a bar actually, and you go up and down. And I decided to do 100 of them, which might be a really far stretch for a lot of people. And I think I wasn't too conscious when I was writing this because I didn't keep in mind that everybody has different progressions within their fitness journey. So when you guys do get started, I really hope that you guys are not letting the number kind of prevent you from partaking because it's such a large goal. But just doing something, just holding on the bar, making sure that grip strength is getting stronger and stronger each day. And it also helps with our posture as well because we're always slouching. I have a quite shrimped posture, and I think doing exercise is a good opposing force to that. It kind of negates my negative day-to-day monotonous posture that I'm constantly doing that you see when I'm doing the study sessions. And the reason why I said 100 was because I consider myself quite active, doing physical exercises quite regularly, but I don't push myself or optimize to get to that next level. But making it into a challenge, it's now I have a certain goal I need to meet. And of course, that's setting myself up for failure, and I think it's going to be a great way for me to challenge myself and to really find myself, to build up myself, because oftentimes I do subconsciously and consciously of the path of minimum resistance, and thus by setting up such a large goal that seems almost impossible, I think I'll be able to definitely get a lot stronger, but more so of building that discipline of making sure I overcome that path of minimum resistance. And I also want to share a little bit of why I got interested in calisthenics. This was probably maybe starting in high school, I would say. I didn't have the chance at times to go to the gym. It was partially due to the cost of it, certainly it was also due to having to move around quite often. And so I would watch on YouTube and online of exercises I could do at home or at parks. So I found across different channels, and I would follow ab workouts. A really great, inspiration of mine was Chris Heria. He runs the ThenX YouTube channel, and he shares a lot of very insightful tips as well as diet and kind of the different progressions. And I think one thing that I want to do throughout this challenge is, while doing the 100 pull-ups, I want to be able to do at least 5 muscle-ups. I just made that goal. And usually this is how my goals are kind of created. And by hopefully saying it, I hope I keep myself accountable. I'm also gonna write it down because I often set a lot of goals, but I'm kind of like a monkey in terms of I constantly pursue the next silver plate, the next cake. So 5 muscle ups. And what a muscle up is pretend there's a bar over here. I'm getting my full body over it. So it's not just a regular pull-up, but it's my whole body that I'm getting over the bar. And it requires a lot of mobility and strength training, which I'll hopefully be able to master. And let me tell you a little bit about the first day. So on the first day, throughout the stream, I was able to fit around 30 between the breaks, and then after the stream, I headed to a school's gym and was able to do 20 reps, and then 10 reps, 10 reps, 10 reps, 10 reps. I think that was 70. So I did 30 at home, and then I did 70 at the gym, and I think it's really doable. It just really depends on time management. My arms are not that sore as of now, but when I was doing them like back to back, it was definitely a challenge. But I think it's going to be definitely challenging as I go on and seeing kind of like the recovery. I hope it recovers and there is no like big issues, but only time will tell, and I'll catch back with you in a little bit. Hello, it's currently day 3 and I've finished my 100 pull-ups, and subconsciously I recognize that my body is terrified or a little scared. The default mode of my body, whether I recognize it or not, is always to conserve energy. And I only recognize this in hindsight of when I'm procrastinating. I usually justify it at that moment. Like, this is more important, it's for leisure, this is important. Like, I give a lot of importance to not doing the action that I really need to do. And it was kind of same, I feel like I could have divided it up, which I kind of did. I did 20 at home, and then I did 80 at the school gym. But if I spaced it out more, I think it would have been more optimal for the body. But I think there was a large fear within me. Like, I don't want to, my mind was justifying, I don't want to get injured. That was the biggest justification. And that fear of like, what would happen if I continue to do this? Like, think about how this will affect your body, and just creating all of these irrational fears. That definitely could be true, but I wouldn't know if I don't do it. But as you can see, I'm building quite a lot of calluses, especially I'm quite used to getting them near the palm, right around this side, but I'm not really too used to getting them on the, what do you call these, the knuckles? The opposite of the knuckles. I don't know what it's called. The fingers. Yeah, that's what it's called. And yeah, these are just, calluses are just thickened skin due to friction. And I have a bad habit of like peeling them off at times, but I think I'm gonna leave it so that it gets hardened and hardened, and I'm able to get better grip strength. But overall, I think I'm
getting a little bit stronger because I'm able to maintain the body, maintain the form as I'm doing it. Whereas when on the first day, I think my form was getting way too sloppy. But although I'm having struggle during the last few reps, I'm still able to maintain that form, which almost looks like a pull-up. So I'm happy about that. So day 3 check, and I'll catch you soon.
Hello, it's currently past 8 p.m. and I didn't know the gym closed, so right behind me there's a pull-up bar. As you can see, it's really dark over here, but I have to do 90 pull-ups, did 10 at home, so let's get right to it. Hey, I did around 80 and I just have 10 more to do. It seems like I need a lot more to do, but I've been checking my progress on the notes app and I could definitely feel my mind is very scared of doing the action, and it's causing a lot of friction because my body feels a lot of pain. But going strong at it, 10 more, let's get it done.
Alright, welcome. It's currently March 5th and it's 9:09 p.m. As you can tell, I got a nice little haircut, and today I went to the gym and I decided to do 100 pull-ups. And the reasoning for that is because I procrastinated, and I was a little at first scared because I didn't really think this through. It's getting a little pretty late and I haven't done my pull-ups. So when I went to the gym, I was at first terrified, but luckily I broke it apart. So I did, first set I did 10 reps of 20, and then the second set I did another 20, and then I went on a run, and then I was able to kind of space out the remaining 60 afterwards. And essentially what we're doing when we're doing pull-ups is we're engaging different upper body muscle groups, and those entail the shoulder muscles, the chest muscles, the back muscles, and most important, our abs. And I was definitely feeling my lats especially. I could pull up a photo with the lats over here. When I was going like this, left and right, I could definitely feel it. I could feel the presence of it. I wasn't really able to feel it in prior months, but I think this challenge has really showed how adaptable our human bodies are, because the maximum I was able to do was 10 or 15 in prior months, and the reason why I put such a high number was it would be amazing if I could even build up to it or just to tackle it, and I'm really grateful that my body is being able to show that resilience and adapt to the environment. And now I also want to share some of the ways that community members are tackling on this challenge. I recognize not everybody is in the physical fitness, has the capability of doing the 100 pull-ups, right? So everybody has their own journeys, and you can see that some are doing walking, some are doing yoga, some are doing push-ups, and it's just really nice to see people just partaking in their fitness journey, or just starting upon it, being mindful of their posture. And I think also pull-ups is really helping me kind of with posture as well, because I know when you're working out your abs, that definitely holds your spine more intact. So I think overall it's a really good exercise to negate the amount of time I'm sitting down studying as well. But let me flip my camera and I'll show you some people's journeys. Alright, so first off, I want to give a huge shout out to Mathies, because Mathies, I didn't know how much of a gym freak he was, but he has his own Google like spreadsheet every time he goes to the gym. So he's like all of the metrics he has written down, and he's doing a lot of pull-ups, and I'm very, very surprised of like how much he's doing, and it's just really inspiring. So that's Mathies. Check out EJ's. EJ is following, it seems like, some app, and she's personalizing her own plan. And so she's gonna do 100 jumping jacks plus an everyday full body workout. And you can see some of the experiences. I think on the latest one, she was feeling like her posture, and being conscious of that, I think she's going to be able to figure it out and, you know, make sure that those certain muscle groups are going to be further strengthened for a better posture. We can also check out Critty. Critty's going pretty crazy with the jumping jacks, the crunches, the lunges, the squats, even push-ups like that. And then, you know, we can go to Lance. Yeah, some people fell off. That's just the nature, I think, of humans, but we just gotta get back up. And this is FJ. FJ is doing superhumans, pillar bridges, elevated glute bridges. We also got Ezra. Ezra's doing some cardio, also some reflections on some of the negative habits, which, you know, I also have. For example, being addicted to checking the news. Yeah, I agree. There's so much noise out there. Day 4, sit-ups, jump squats, burpees. So Ezra's also doing a full-on body workout. This is Olga. Her inner thoughts here. Hey, let's make a move that requires you to jump, move your arms, and land with that feet together all at the same time. Me, arms and legs doing their own little thing, like they're sat in some kind of crazy dance party. And I also saw a duck recently. Look at this. Look at that. What a beautiful scenery that is. Like such a calm winter season with like a tranquil river flowing by. It just brings me peace. Here's paper. 6,000 step walk. And yeah, there's a few more over here. Best driver, Sarah, Sam. Keep on going. Hey, it's currently day 7 of the challenge, and I finished doing my 100 pull-ups starting around noontime after my classes. And kind of my ritual on doing these is I do around 40 when I get to the gym, and then I usually go for a run, and then I do another 60. And of course I don't do all of the 40 and the 60, I kind of divide them into little chunks. But today I would say was a little harder compared to yesterday, because I'm getting some really bad callus. Let me see if any calluses, which are kind of like hardened skin that's created from friction. And I'm not really sure if you could see, but this one really hurts like a butt cheek. And I kind of felt this after when I was attempting like the 60 rep session. So I was doing around 20, and then I was doing 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. I think that's 60. But Yeah, this one is a lot bigger compared to the other ones, and when I'm kind of gripping upon the pull-up bar, I can really feel the sting of it. The only worry that I have is that when it's like resting, it's kind of red around, so I'm not really sure what that means, but I think I'll be able to kind of push through it. I did look up how I could get rid of it, and the best way is think through just doing nothing. Over time it just goes away, or I could use some type of moisturizer, or I could put my hands under warm water that kind of softens the skin. But yeah, I think I'm not too worried about it, and I'm just happy that my body is able to kind of adapt to it. Even though there are some fears and some procrastination going on, I'm still able to get the deed done. So really happy, and I'll catch you really soon.
Hey, it's currently March 10th, and I only was able to do 15 pull-ups, and I don't think I can push myself. I have this thing called exertion headache, and the symptoms are identical of having a major like headache whenever I'm doing more reps. So I felt fine when not doing any pull-ups, but when I get on the bar, there's a massive stinging pain, and this could be from multitude of factors, including my breathing technique, holding in the breath, improper posture, but I think it's the former. Most likely it's the breathing, and apparently it takes around 10 weeks to recover, but when I looked online, sometimes it just takes like a couple weeks. So I couldn't. Today was the first failure, and I think the next upcoming days I want to focus on the breathing technique. I'm still feeling like a sharp pang of pain in my right head, but I think I'm gonna drink some water and get some sleep. Hopefully just I could be relieved from this pain. It's a beautiful Monday. It's March 13th, and the past 2 days I wasn't able to accomplish my goal of doing 100 pull-ups, and today the reason why I'm breathing so heavily is because I was able to do a lot of pull-ups. I wanted to do around 10 or 15,
which is around the amount I did for the past 2 days. But my brain and my head wasn't hurting, and slowly but surely I was able to focus on my form and make sure I'm breathing. I think one thing I noticed for the first week of the challenge was I was pushing my body too hard without really knowing the technique of how to breathe properly. So by being able to focus on my technique, focusing on breathing, I was able to push around 70. It took quite a lot of time, and I still have around 30 more to finish, but I'm so happy that my body is recovering. And another thing I wanted to report is the amount of hard work that people are putting into their daily workout challenges. Some are walking 10,000s of steps, some are focused on doing ab exercises, some are posting their workout logs. It's so, all of it is nice to see, and focusing on physical activity. You know, one of the reasons why we work hard is to live a life where we're healthy, we're keeping mentally happy, and overall physical health is a big component of keeping mental and our work kind of balanced. So it's good to see that.
Hey, it's currently day 23, and yesterday was the beginning of Ramadan. Ramadan is a 30-day fasting and spiritual growth period for those who believe in the religion of Islam. There's over 1 billion Muslims around the world that celebrate this experience every single year. Some even take a visit to the Mecca, which is known as the Holy Grail. And I learned about this a year ago from a member of our community, and I was just curious and fascinated about the practice. And from an outsider looking in, it seems such a communal experience. It's also a way of practicing your faith. It's a way of showing piety as well as sacrifice. And I just wanted to get a little sense of how it feels like to do this for the entire 30-day period. And for me personally, I wasn't mentally or physically ready for it. I only was able to do 20 pull-ups, most likely because of the faith. But it starts with a meal before the sunrise. You did a meal called suhoor, and for me that was around 5 a.m. And then for the next, I don't know how many hours, but I was able to eat iftar, which is the meal you eat after the sun dawns. That was around 7 p.m. and I go to sleep really early, so this was really challenging. But just one day kind of experience, I recognized how much grit you need to have, how much faith, because my mind was constantly reminding me of I need to drink water, I want to conserve energy, and although there was increased focus, I wasn't, my body was not, it was so grumpy, and I kind of found how weak my body was, as well as how it speaks to my mind. And yeah, just for me, I think I just gained lots of appreciation for people who partake in this. And it's not a way of like showing that this is like a trend or something that's like cool, but more so of recognizing the power that faith has, as well as community. I think that was the greater insight. But yeah, I think going on, I'm going to stick with my current routine, and I'll keep you updated. I want to be able to do at least 5 muscle-ups. I just made that goal. Hello, it's currently March 31st and today's the last day of our pull-up challenge. So just to start us off, I'm gonna start with trying to do 5 muscle-ups, which was my goal in the beginning of the month.